disjointed play, and they cleaned it up so much going into Ancient. So as much as the storyline here is Entropiq not in their finest form, credits a 1-win. They've turned it around, and they're partial themselves to a bit of Vertigo. So I think we're set for fireworks here on the third and final map.
Absolutely what we're here for. Early molly and the B hit coming in. Travis flashed away. It looks like it's going to be a fully fledged retake for this one. They were expecting the A-bomb side, but not going to be the case. No one here to stop this bomb plant. You got Travis watching the rafters, and that's about it. So really going to be tough to break back in. No kit available. Nice nade, I suppose. You got a smoke and a flash, but man, this needs to be nearly perfect. So much to ask of these 1-win players. Smoke comes in towards stairs. Flash as yet to be expensed. In it goes. Blinds a couple of players, but they're able to just hide away. Forrester up close and personal with this block. Doing damage, taking names. Flamey, first one in for the CT side, but they're all just getting spammed down by these Glocks now. 3 quick kills coming in out of nowhere, though. It's Flamey up against Crad, and Crad just about gets away to win the round. That was certainly a hell of a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. All the same, Entropiq get the pistol.
Real 0 to 100 affair there at the end. As 1-win made a very good go of that one. Crad, though, a little too much towards the end. So, pistol secured. 4 spy on the cards for 1-win. Bit of utility, actually, here. So, I could pay dividends if it's used wisely. Lots of HEs. Plenty of opportunities on the map like Vertigo to make use of those. But Crad, trying to get aggressive. Takes a bit of damage himself, but as for the moment, even Stevens.
"30 seconds past." Nice find from Travis. Oh, yeah, shooting instead of picking up. Could have been awkward for a second, but not going to be the case. 5 on 4, Lollipop. Up close with this CZ. Really could be big if he gets a kill here. Playing it patiently. Trying not to face in, and he will actually back away as they start to make that push up. This is not looking good. Nade lands onto Crad. Getting better and better for 1-win. 45 seconds. They've got the ramp control. They have to do something with it, and well, that's the conundrum in this one. 3 players ready to go. Couple deagles. Can be deadly. Smoke blocked. Could be a gap there for Glowing. I don't quite think so. Lollipop with the timing to find a kill and find himself a Galil. Mir has to get this trade. Plays it slow, plays it smart, and he will indeed do so. 3 on 2 as the flank is cut off. Deco up close, can't get it done. They've just about held it together with a bit of duct tape here. Travis dinked out, finds himself a nice 1 deeg, but can't get any more than that. Damage done for sure. And Entropiq, goodness me, the sweat dripping. But they will get it.
It just feels so laboured, doesn't it? There's no such thing as a clean round. From the end of Dust 2 onwards for Entropiq. Always a brawl, always losing numbers, and economy has never truly been built up. So, good stuff from 1-win. Might not find the round, but so much economic damage. If they can just find 2 or 3 kills here, Scriv, there is massive reset potential going into these first gun rounds.
Very slow once again. I mean, Entropiq, you know, I think they can feel it as well, Alan, that things are not quite back to hunky-dory just yet. Forrester on the AK again needs to be careful, and Travis going to find his toes. That's an AK right for the taking right there. So again, not disaster, but certainly a bit annoying. What do they do now? You know, I mean, no real openings on either side. Should still be able to find it with the stronger weaponry here, but again, can they find it cleanly? They'd certainly like to. Going into the next round, Nickelback spammed down, nearly dead. Molly comes in. Thank God there's a smoke in the way. Elian will get one through said smoke. Mir also chiming in, so it's looking good, and I would imagine Travis would perhaps try and move away with this AK now, but all the same, it's just too close for comfort, man, in some of these fights that are going down.
Yeah, and they're just saying this might look reasonably dominant in the end, but one more bullet on Nickelback, that bomb gets dropped, smoke starts to fade, and suddenly We're in a dire position where rifles are also recovered. Mir being a bit of a menace here on B. Trying to prevent these save at least on the AK. Can't do so. Rounds are rounds. Entropiq scrape their way up to 3. But here comes the problem. Not a lot of cash in the bank. And they could be immediately put onto an eco here if they lose this gun round.
It's tense, man. It is really, really tense, even in these first 4 rounds. So, yeah. The scrap that we wanted, the back and forth that we wanted on this third map. We've not really had it on either of the maps so far. Certainly could be on the cards. Early smokes out towards ramp. But no early kills, Alan. We want those.
3 on A for 1 win. They want to fight this and fight this hard. Gecko on location. Playing off his teammates. Bit of mid-pressure now from Entropiq. We'll see what that does to the rotations. That's going to pull glowing back. As Deco takes the line down and onto ramp. So, a lot of repositioning here for 1 win. But I don't see how Entropiq are going to catch them off guard.
They have to find Deco with a pretty nut shot or something along those lines. Lollipop, re-smoke comes in. Surprised he's not taking a spam, even now. Krad's really, really trying to bait him in here. Here's the reload, and that's when he feels like it's time to strike. Patience pays off for the 1, but he's instantly traded. Always good for the T side, that. Definitely difficult to make it work in towards ramp, especially when Deco's around with this AWP, using the info to his advantage. Only 30 seconds, and they are as yet to make it up ramp. 3 players left, you know, 3 ready and waiting. Nothing to deal with. Sandbag is only good for 1, but still, it's enough. Been smoked off. It's just really not looking good, is it? Mir left 15 HP, 15 seconds to break into the site, and they have called it off. They'll move to save.
A little bit flat. A little bit flat. Good news is, though, with his rifle saved over, they could drop Galil's, I guess. One drops a Galil and the other gets full utility. A little bit of a discussion here as to how this gun round is going to go, but there will be nothing left in the bank following this one. So, 1 win. Looking a little better on that round. And I don't know. I feel like I need to see Deco truly activate in this series. He had a good start on Ancient, but he can win 1 win this game comfortably if he shows up to play in the way we know he can.
Oh, Lollipop getting a bit more aggressive this time around, and it's going to pay off. Krad was his small nemesis in the previous. This time he's got a massive leg up on him. So once again, another perfect start for 1 win.
Forrester. He's partial to a B default. This is his position on the map, his domain. And just the utility. No opportunities for duels. Lollipop, look for a second like he's going to get caught out in the open, but it doesn't transpire. This is looking very flat now for Entropiq as 1 win come. The rifles are starting to stabilize. And now it's just Forrester. Left alone. Flash is good. Travis can't see him, but if you're Forrester here, maybe even consider saving. This is a done deal.
Yeah, from a bit close to absolutely locked out. They know where he's at now as well, and the crunch is coming in. The angle on glowing here. We're not going to win the fight, so second in, flawless for 1 win. Really, really good stuff, and a great chance for them to start running away, to be honest. No bomb plants in these rounds, so Entropiq without the money.
Okay, then. Especially given that loss bonus. Can't even consider many pistols. Forrester could have dropped a couple over, but maybe they're already thinking about the AWP onto Elian. And it looks like Nickelback, I believe he's been knifed in the back. And he's already down to 74.
Yeah, not the best start. It can often be the little things that put you over the edge in terms of the tilt factor. So Whoopsie daisy. Lollipop. Farming. Ace. Ah, unlucky. And it's Elian, the only one to get an ace so far in this series, that kind of denies him away. So there you are.
Indeed. Okay then, Entropiq. On the rifles, we know they're partial to a bit of Vertigo. We know they've got some good ideas. They love to contact up the A ramp. But what we haven't seen so far is them, really pushing the map, applying a lot of pressure, making one win, over-rotate or put themselves in a bad position. One win is fully dictate the pace on these first 2 gun rounds, and Entropiq cannot allow that to happen once again.
Looks like a more contact B play here. Now this is close. Ooh, awkward, but Forrester gets that all-important trade. So many bodies going to have been spotted, though, of course. Flamey, hard to deal with spot. Out at back 90, and with the AWP is here. Flamey peeks out off the back of the flash. Bomb dropped. Yeah, really well played so far from one win. How do Entropiq break this defense? I doubt even they know, right? It's a struggle. It's a massive, massive struggle. Still got to get past this AWP, by the way. Elian's trying to wait for him, but he's just not giving anything across. Flamey holding at the back. The setup is brilliant. And they have no utility left. One flash. That is it.
It's got to be Elian. It's got to be Elian. Problem is, Deco's already on the line. Thumbnail's now going to come over. Smoke for generator. That's where Deco's posted, so maybe going to allow for a reposition. Flamey does work, though. May get traded, but as the noose tightens, Elian hits the deck. 4 in a row now for one win, and set to play against another eco. This has been really flat for Entropiq since we've been on the rifles. This is troubling me already.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to stomach at the moment. One win, just clearly, very quickly, in the driver's seat with the pistol here. This would be a pretty dominating half already. Got the ramp control as well, just really sending it at the moment, forcing them to go towards B. And they are more than ready on that B side as well.
Head stack. Forrester. Peeking around. Finds a fight. Problem is, now they know what's up. It is a good kill from Nickelback, but that spot on top scriv is so dirty. You so rarely get to use it, but it's just impossible to kill somebody up there.
Where to now? Going to try and go for a peek. However, that'll be the bomb dropped. Again, forcing the hand of Entropiq. They are just looking for damage, really. Not going to happen. Travis with the 2k at the end. 1 kill for that T side. Now we have another rifle buy. I'd take a pause here if I were them.
Surprised they haven't. Despite the actual result on Ancient, they did use the pauses quite well in the first half to try and slow the pace. But maybe that fatigue is truly starting to get the better of them. They've had enough of Counter-Strike 4 today. At least that's what it feels like on the server. Entropiq, they need a second wind here. They need something to revitalize, and they need a solo play to just energize anything remaining in these players. As one winner on a hot streak right now.
Deep smokes, deep mollies, they're just really getting in the face as well. It's so hard to even find any kind of control on the Entropiq side. Not over-facing on ramp, one win really wanting this. However, missed shots from Flamey. Sometimes the theory is great, but, you know, if your mechanics let you down, it's a big part of the game, of course. 5-on-4. So let's see what Entropiq can do with this. Nickelback in for 2. Travis will take down Mir, so it's still not going to be an easy road. Deco here as well to find the player out in towards Ivy. Flashes round. Nickelback trying to do what he can here in the clutch. I mean, he's brought it down to the one-on-one. Going to go for the fake out. It's a tit-for-tat battle. Trying to catch him. There's no time. That is very close indeed for Travis. Can't find the spam away. It's frustrating for Nickelback, isn't it, that he doesn't convert, but 1 win will continue the streak.
Elian maybe. He's going to buy some armor up. Maybe some utility as well. As we get back into this one. As Entropiq has looked so flat since those pistol round conversions. And they need some magic. Elian, most famed player on this roster. And a late buy call from Forrester and Crad. This is unusual for a team like Entropiq.
Yeah. Really not good signs. Excuse me. Really not good signs in that sense. Bit of a cough crept up on me. Speaking of creeping up, Deco will find the AK there, the early one. So, yep, it's fallen apart before it's even begun for Entropiq.
AKs need to find entries. There's a bit of utility on Mir. But there's no reason for 1 win to not play till on the sights at the moment. So even if you find the first, you've got to clear the second. Elian praying for a player to face from that kind of girder, that quad position at the back, but it's not going to happen. Travis biding his time, using his utility, and although Entropiq are taking mid, that's one task, but splitting a site is all the more difficult. Elian, whisker of an opportunity, can't connect, and now it's going to be so hard to get out mid and onto a site.
Boost comes up. I mean, they've kind of given up the mid control a little bit here on the CT side, so that is certainly something. Deco repositions to go back in for it. Good for 1. Oh, it's Crad in with that AK. Lollipop, meanwhile, going to make sure that there is no AWPing presence on a flank, actually. This gets a bit weird, doesn't it? The CTs become the Ts with the positions that they're coming in from. Down goes Mir, down goes Crad. And the 7th round secured. They'll keep it rolling.
Good flash. Good flash. Travis there. He was on a left eye angle, tucks in the corner. He had to fight on the flashbangs, and 1 win nailed it. They're the team looking more composed. They're the team a better team play, and it's bearing out in the results. Entropiq. Sure, Vertigo's a CT-sided map, but you 1 pistol, you converted it, you had a bit of money in the bank, and since then it's been so difficult to get any openings. Crad is trying to up the pace, but he's not isolated a single duel. He's also way ahead of his teammates here. Crad, that looks a little bizarre, and he pays the price. This is getting bad for Entropiq.
Nickelback will pick up Flamey at mid there, so, you know, they've traded it back, but they need a bit more than just trades. We've seen them have even scenarios, we've seen them kind of fight well in the beginning, and it just doesn't pan out, so, yeah, really, really disastrous rounds from them in the past. Contact B, maybe. Early molly. Travis going to move away from it. There's another player, both behind the generators here, and they are, you know, very confident in with the ego peaks at the moment. Travis, good for 1 and 2. Thanks to the flash. Deco with the quick scope, and now just Elian. When I'm right, but all the same, it does feel bad in a case like this, and Entropiq just cannot crack the nut.
And it's just Elian as well. What do you do? Seems like going to try and commit and at least do a little more. Lollipop fast on the flank, though. He pushed down ramp. 1 win up to 8. Another round out of bomb plant. There's been so few bomb plants in this half. It's been disastrous come the rifles for Entropiq. And 1 winner firing on all cylinders. Lollipop has been amazing from Ancient onwards. He has been truly brilliant. And finally, after such a long break with the Namiga situation, it feels great to see him, you know, back in top-level competition, doing work and proving why he's touted so highly as an individual player.
Quick 1-for-1 once again. Flamey is maybe getting overconfident in some of these rounds with his peaks. It will be an M4 across where there's a number of armor brought up here, so could do some damage. Elian just dodging the bullets just about. He's thinking about it, trying to get on the edge of that smoke. Not going to work for him. Lollipop gets the reload off and, of course, spots him there. So 4-on-4 in the bin. Still got this A1S in play. Couple flashes. Never mind. Has both the flashes and the M4 will hit the dirt. Now just Forrester.
We know he's good with the Deagle, but this would be otherworldly if he even comes close to securing it. Lollipop silences those hopes. 1 win claim their 9th. Entropiq, maybe it's time to even use another pause. Indeed, we do see one because they need to find some sort of solution. There has to be a way through this defense. There has to be a way to generate an opening. And, of course, they're running out of time. Lollipop's been so aggressive on A, they can't deal with him. Deco's on the move. Travis doing work on B. There's no weak links in the chain, so it's a really tough one. What do you do in this timeout? How do you try and adapt? And, of course, that's the million-dollar question in this scenario. But for Entropiq, yeah, we'll see if they crack the nut, as you put it. But I'm fearful they can't.
Listen, man, when your AWP is on 12k, you know that you're absolutely flying. Like, and it does get to a point. I mentioned a little bit of an ego peak. I think there's a few moves that 1 winner making that you wouldn't necessarily make if you weren't at 9 in a row and they're all rifle rounds, you know, and you are just smashing them. However, speaking of smashing, straight through the smoke. No messing about, mate. No dilly-dallying around it. They will just go straight through it this round, Entropiq, and it has given them an opening over towards A. First opening they've had on this bomb site in God knows how long, if not the entire half, to be honest with you. So, again, conversion has been low. This feels like as good a chance as any.
Bomb goes down. Remolly's behind default, but it's not actually going to force Nickelback wide. Elian from sandbags connects with the first. Nickelback still yet to be truly activated. Another leg shot from Elian. He locks down the fort. And these players need to think about saving. The problem is Deco's trapped. I think it's going to be a fight his way to the death sort of scenario. Smoke to buy a little bit of space as he's still laying around his Tetris boxes. Just about to get out of dodge. But as we can see, Nickelback firmly on the hunt. He doesn't want any saves here.
Oh, Deco going to be down to the bomb. So, not the most pleasant way to go. All the same, it's a round for Entropiq. And they'll be very happy with the way that it comes. It's not too bad at all. Can they rely on the same sort of aggression? You know, it's just sort of like the anti-conditioning. Although you've been losing, they have been expecting you to play a bit slower around ramp. They go fast and it works. Are they going to do it again? Is it going to work again? These are the big questions of round 14. 11-4 still looks pretty damn good if 1 win can make it happen.
Lollipop loves to be aggressive out of this Ivy side. Nickelback, though, claims another entry onto Glowing. That's going to open up this ramp side a little more. Bit of utility to buy more space as well. But the game is giving up here. Entropiq are all 5 committed on this side of the map. Deco connects. That's Nickelback down, and good information for the CT side. So, whilst retaining a man deficit, OneWin have all the information, and they should be able to make a good stack.
Yeah, you'd think so. Deco up above the smoke here. It's a risky angle, but maybe that's what they need in this kind of a situation. Flash comes in, he finds the kill, and he dips out. It could not get much better than that. 3 on 3. Boost up above the smoke, gets another. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful here from OneWin and Deco in particular. Bomb gonna go down, but they have pulled the round back in their favor. Mir takes out one, eats the nade, loses his teammate, and loses his life. Deco with the ace, baby. What a round coming in from the AWP of OneWin.
I told you we needed some more Deco on the server. Of course, Elian had an ace earlier on in the series, but Deco says, I'm not one to be outclassed. It's right back. Bomb plant will grant another buy, but this already feels out of control. OneWin despite losing pistol, despite not resetting in the second. They're up to 10. They are flying high on this CT side. And Entropiq dearly want this 5th. A 5th would make it so much easier in the second. A tiny bit more breathing room. All important round to follow.
Oh, Alien. Around, above, through. I think fully through the smoke, able to find that frag. So Entropiq kick it off, and I think, you know, maybe a bit too late into the half. They've just kind of come up with the idea to really fight for this ramp control rather than just playing the long game around it, and it's been better looking. Annoying to lose out the last one, I'm sure, but all the same, the one before that as well, pretty successful. This one starts off well. So maybe if we'd seen a bit more of this, their T-side could have been different. All the same, they have themselves advantage.
Molly goes askew, actually. Should have landed behind the box on the left side of Flamey. And Mir coming in to clear. Doesn't actually root out that left side of mid. So Flamey's up close. And should they gather a lot of information on these A players, maybe he can get activated, maybe he can get in from behind. But he still needs his teammates to do work. He needs Deco to have a good performance, buy time, and grab that all-important information.
"25 seconds left. It gets a bit intense here, doesn't it? They do not have a lot of time to work with. Basic smoke's down, but they are playing in front of them. Lollipop, good for one. There's another player in towards Ivy. They're not banking on it, but he can't find the kills. I think a tag onto both of those players? I'm not quite sure. Either way, there's a flank coming in that might not work out here. Good for one, but left low. Surely traded. He's just trying to buy time for Travis, and well, it's working. They're left vulnerable. He finds 2, and Flamey will beat his man on ramp. They recover it back. They get the 11-4, and it's a hell of a half coming in from OneWin, to be honest with you. The one rifle round for Entropiq. Is it going to be enough? I don't really know at this point, to be honest with you, Alan. I really do feel like OneWin have got this, not necessarily in the bag, but, you know, they're in the checkout.
Well, that's going to wrap us up for the first half. OneWin streaking away with 11. As you said, Scriv, not too much left to do. Will this be a quick affair, or can Entropiq take this distance going to the second half? One half away for one win, 5 rounds required, jumping straight into the second pistol round. First map was a disaster for the Russian squad. They turned it around on Ancient, and they've been firing all cylinders thus far on Vertigo. Entropiq, incredibly flat first half, and they need some magic in these final stages if they want any hope of winning the series.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what the CT pistol has to offer. It starts here, of course, as it usually does. Crad. First point of contact by the looks of things. Decoy comes in. He'll take the reface, and he will find the frag. Any more for any more? No. Lollipop deals with him. Player in towards default. Has to find a killer at the very least. Survive, and it's just not going to happen. Elian goes down. It's USP's traded back. 4 on 2. I think I missed Nickelback going down. So, yeah, there's been a flurry of frags over on the A side of things. Forrester and Mir weary of a flank, and so they should be, and now just being absolutely overwhelmed. One win have got their number this evening, it would appear.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? That Dust 2 at the start of the series. Yes, we could see Entropiq making a couple mistakes, but it was, as mistakes go, well in the hands of one win. That was their map pick. Clawed it back on Ancient. And a couple of hours ago, I would never have predicted us to be in this position. One win up to 12. And now Entropiq surely have to force buy. Or maybe even do you eco and get rifles out of the next? There's a debate for both. But the lack of breathing room makes it all the more difficult to decide.
Yeah, tough call, but they've gone for it. Has to work. Every single round from here on in has to work, to be honest. One win looking very, very strong. However, Mir will manage to find Travis early on. They're still committing in towards B. Lollipop also dealt with. So here's some of the overconfidence coming into play. Glowing will take out Crad. You've got to convert this here if you are Entropiq, but they are losing numbers. Flamey with the timing will catch Elian. Mir, again, being weird in and around the smoke, but he's dealt with by Deco, thank goodness. 8 HP for Nickelback, can't get it done. A crazy round that looked good for just a few seconds for Entropiq, but they can't convert. Isn't that the story of Vertigo?
Yeah, it's decent damage, and had this been the first half, we would have said, good damage, you're limiting that economy, giving yourself chances later on. The problem is, even a whisker, even a sniff of an opportunity here has to be converted. They can't leave anything on the table. And that round win could have propelled them a long way towards a comeback. And that becomes extremely difficult. Early trade in mid. Considering we're lacking, you know, utility and armor on the rest of these players. I would expect One to clean this up and put themselves up 14-4 with a 10-round lead.
A bomb site a bit more vulnerable than One Win realised here. Another kill in towards mid. Flamey, the king of mid on Vertigo. Yeah, they're not really sure. Now they start to hear them coming in towards this A bomb site. So, see what you can find. They got a flash. He's mollied off though, so he can't get the lineup that he wants. Bomb going to go down. Flash will come in. Going to try and make the push work, but of course it is indeed not going to. 14-4. Entropiq. Now or never.
Elian has the cash. Surely buys the AWP. And needless to say, Scriv, if Forrester and Elian are 8, 15 and 16 respectively, it's not been a good map so far. Those are your heaviest hitters. These are the ones we need to be activated. Praying for them they can turn it around in the second half. Elian under massive pressure. Mir bails him out. Fast 2 headshots. Important kills. Forrester falls by the wayside. But it feels like Mir's given them a huge opportunity here.
Certainly does look that way, my good sir. Elian missing a couple of shots. The damage is massive, though. Down goes Deco. Down goes Travis. And Lollipop, not a chance. So, Entropiq called upon in here the 19th round. And they will indeed answer the call. But my goodness, I mean, what? We want to be seeing 14, 12 probably before you let one win hit 15? It's a tall order.
Long way to go. Long way to go. It was a nice start. Good to see Elian, you know, at least finding that first frag before getting traded. I thought he was going to get nothing in that situation. Takes his spawn. Peeks by the crane. Mocha blocks a lot of his vision. He says, I don't want to face that one. I'll give it up for now. As one win, when you got this many chances, just play simple CS. Don't try and be ultra smart. Play together, and surely an entry's going to fall in your laps eventually.
Yeah, looks like they are looking to kind of fall into that, really. Playing very, very slow and waiting for all the utility to fall, maybe bait a bit more of it out. It's the AWP that's the big problem. Flash is ready. Oh, the players to follow up on it. There's the first. There's the second. Elian will get one despite being blinded. So, nice start. Late smoke here for Nickelback as well. Going to keep them out of Ivy. And they have indeed been stopped on the round.
Jiggling. Is Nickelback. Still free over here are Entropiq. And actually, the bomb, it looks like, is a long way back. Nobody's brought that one up with these nades. Oh, no. They have to find the kills. They have to find the kills. Getting the bomb here is going to be almost impossible. 17 seconds remaining. Oh, this is a big mistake, Scriv. All Entropiq need to do now is stay alive. They might be losing numbers, but Forrester needs to get out of here. Oh, my God. No way. How have they lost that?
I mean, here's the thing. You probably don't realize that the bomb's down, right? And it's funny, isn't it? You're at the elite level, and you see those smokes come in. You're just sort of assuming that a bomb plant is coming next, so you can prepare your next response, which is perhaps with the utility, perhaps to get a player in a decent position for once the smokes fade. But I think the last thing that you imagine is that 3 or 4 players are going to come flying through the smoke towards you. So that's maybe the logic on that one, is that it's not really a situation that you ever prepare yourself for, because, I mean, why would you? It's just crazy. But yeah, one win. It's unfortunate for Entropiq, because, I mean, the luckiest round, one win, have been playing great Counter-Strike, and then, you know, just completely drop the ball, or drop the bomb, if you'll pardon the pun, and they get away with it, right? And, of course, they get away with it when it's your early match point on the table. So, yeah, ridiculous. Couple of trades back and forth here in this round. Entropiq certainly not out of it.
1A. Brad. And Nickelback. They want some information. They put down this smoke. Often has a little bit of a one-way on this right-hand side, but glowing. Radiant waiting. Is swiftly traded. Oh. Nickelback just about gets out in time. And maybe he's even realized that both are on location. Forrester now made his way in. Molotov is going to force Nickelback into the swing. Just Forrester stands between Entropiq and the lower bracket here in Challenger League, and they hit it in. Series goes to 1 win, and I never would have predicted that after map 1.